Air India 2017, and we're looking at the BA Systems and HAL joint project Advanced Hawk. The concept of the Advanced Hawk is we take everything that's good on Hawk and we put it on one airplane, and then we make some really big significant changes to move it forward into a 5th generation trainer. So we put all the things on that we would expect. So we have nose wheel steering, we have in-flight refueling, we have APUs on it, so we're self-sufficient for power. We put onboard oxygen generation, so the whole aircraft now is autonomous. We can operate without any ground support or any help. We put the slatted wing on it, the slat, to give us much greater turning performance, allow us to get airborne more slowly, land more slowly, to carry more, and to operate high and hot and heavy much more easily. We changed the engine to put an engine with increased power and with FADEC on it, so digital authority and control, so it's a surge-proof engine. And we put all the simulated capability for training and the real capability. So for example, I have simulated radar, I have simulated chaff, flare and RWR, so EW simulated, and I have real EW, so I have real chaff, real flare, real RWR as well. I can do both. Part of the system is, in the cockpit, is our mission system with our large area display. This is still work in progress, but our concept is we probably have 4 portals of information. Each bit of information I can put onto any portal that I want. I can have it as a basic cockpit like this with attitude, heading, map. Of course I've got all the usual features for pinch and zoom on my map. And I've got a simulation here of a sensor, in this case a camera, which I can slew and I can move around. I can zoom it in and I can zoom it out. And we can talk more about that in a moment. If I want to select other functions, some of my simulated functions, I can do that as well. I can put it on any portal, and of course I can make any portal bigger if I want to. So for example, if I want to make my map bigger, I can just make it bigger. I keep doing that, I can bring information down, and get rid of information. And on the top of the screen here, I've got my FAB, my fast action buttons. And the idea of the concept of the fast action buttons is to try and get away from having to have hard selections of menus and sub-menus. Just very quickly be able to select what I want. One bit of information, one press. For example, you'll see there's no data entry panel. I don't need one. If I want to change my frequency or my ILS or my TACAN, anything like that, I can just press on it. I get my scratch pad, I can enter what I want. When I've entered it, I get rid of it again. So we don't offer the pilot information or access if he doesn't need it. If he needs it, it's there for him. Also notice that when I put a portal of information on, I'm offered some icons, some selections. Those icons will only be relevant to the portal of information I've got. For example, if I've got an HSI compass up here, it's not going to offer me information about radars or chaff and flare. So only information relevant to that, any selections relevant to that portal of information are going to be offered to make the whole thing easier to select. And the whole concept is, I've got all this information for the pilot. I need to be able to get the information to him simply and quickly. I need him to be able to access it simply and quickly. And on cockpits such as this, we don't expect to be spending a long time outside the cockpit learning it. It's an intuitive cockpit. We expect most people to be able to get in here and very quickly be able to access the functions that we need. And we've tried it with a lot of pilots. We've got a lot of them in here, and very quickly, within a few minutes, they can access enough, if they had to go and fly. And that's what we're trying to get to. Instant access to information, very easily selectable. Now, we talked about going to bigger screens. If we look at our sensors, in this case the camera, but it could well be an IR type sensor. At certain points of our sortie, we might well want to go full screen. And that's what I've done here. So for example, we've got a laser designator on our aircraft, and you'll notice outside we have a real laser designator. I've also got a simulated laser designator in my training system. Once again, simulated aspects when I'm training. If I want to use it as a real light attack aircraft, I can put the real systems on as well. So here I've gone full screen for a sensor, and this might be the scenario you might want to use if you were doing some sort of an attack with a sensor. As you get close to the attack, you're going to want to enlarge it, and then probably you're going to want to zoom in as well. And as you can see, we can zoom in a long way to be able to break out target areas, identify friendly and hostile situations within one scenario. So that's the sort of occasion when I might want to use the whole screen. And then when I'm not in my high threat environment, or when I'm not dropping weapons, then I'm probably going to go back to more portals of information which are smaller. And that's the beauty of the large area display. Reconfigurable and very quickly reconfigurable. Very versatile. Enough?